ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about doing a repairs amendment. We are in the option period. We've had the house inspected, and there's a handful of things that we want to have done before we continue forward. So there's a couple things you can do. You can reduce the amount of the offering, like, hey, this stuff is jacked up, I want you to do this. But in the case that there's some simple repairs to be done that would make your buyers feel better, this is what you need to do. So I like to use zip forms, guys. I like showing y'all this way just so y'all can see how I get all the way through things. And this is for a house that I'm buying for a client on James Gaines, 4814, I think. Should be able to pull it up here for you in just a second. As I say, waiting patiently for the internet. Come on. There we go. So what I'm looking for is the house that I'm doing at 4814 James Gaines. So what I need to do is my option period, today's Tuesday, it ends on Friday. We've had the inspection. I've got till Friday for them to make the decision. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into docs and I'm going to look for an amendment. Okay. Now, when you're in here, you're going to check all forms. There's Amendment 1, Amendment 2, Amendment 3, Amendment 4. The reason why is you can't use the same form twice inside a zip form. So as you can see, I've already used Amendment 1. So the first thing I did is I extended the option period a little bit, so that doesn't really matter. But we're going to do Amendment 2 this time because it won't let me download Amendment 1 twice. So it's the exact same form. It just has a separate thing. Okay. So as we go through this, this is the amendment to the contract. I'm not asking them to change the price. I want there to be repairs. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the repairs you have to be very, very, very specific about. So I'm going to send them the inspection report along with this as per the inspection report. So when I get into the inspection report, guys, as you know, you should be uploading all of your files into the Google Drive. And I do have the inspection report right here on the property. Keep your stuff in here. It's super easy to find. And the first thing we're going to talk about is they really want to have the roof repaired as per this page. So as what we're going to be doing is there's missing shingles and a satellite dish on page 9 of the inspection report. Okay, so repair number 1, replace missing shingles as outlined in page, I already forgot what page it was. 8, page 9, page 9 of included inspect. Oops. Okay, so that's the first thing. So guys, the reason why I'm putting that in there is it's not a lot of room for detail. So I'm going to put it to something else that they can see exactly what I'm talking about. The second thing we want done is to remove satellite dish, and man, I cannot spell, but I did read somewhere that spelling is not indicative of intelligence. So remove satellite dish and replace damaged shingles from improper installation. Okay. Now, guys, that is also in the inspection report on page 9. Right, so it says right here, the satellite dish is anchored through the roofing material. I want those replaced as per page 9 of included inspection report. And the last thing that they want to have done is number 3, replace light bulbs in stairwell to ensure proper function. So those are the only things they really want to do. I know that seems weird, but there is lights out in the stairwell. It's about a 15-foot height. It's not really something within our scope to go fix, so I'm going to have them do it so we can make sure that they are done. Please provide receipts of completed work within 5 days of closing. Now, the reason why I'm putting that in there, guys, is because the seller's disclosures, the closing disclosures, come out 3 days prior to listing. So I need to know that they have done these things 5 days so I know to go ahead and continue along with our transaction before we get the closing disclosures. So that's all I'm doing, guys. if there is a ton of things that you want to fix, all you would do is write, please see addendum A. And you would open up, I do it all the time, or exhibit A, whatever it is. However you want to say it, exhibit A is probably the best. And you just literally open a Word doc and type out every single solitary thing you want done. And that's fine. Next thing I got to do is I got to send it off to my client to get signed. Once he signs it, then I forward it on to the other agent, make sure they sign it. Now, here's the game, guys. Remember, the option period ends at 5 p.m. on whatever day specified. So it's at 5 p.m. on Friday. So if I don't hear from them by about Thursday, and you need to set a reminder for yourself, if I don't hear from them for Thursday, then I need to call them, get on the rear end. If I don't hear from them by about 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock on Friday, I'm going to send a termination of contract over. And that I don't need their signature on it. I'm just going to send it to them if it's that big of a deal. They usually are really good about getting back to you, because once we get through the option period, the realtors are kind of done until closing. It's mostly just the lending, and it's your job to stay on the lender during this time period. But this is the last time we really kind of go back and forth in negotiations. So most people want to get through this process. So guys, if you have repairs, this is how you say, I want them done. They must be sent, signed, and executed during the option period.